you have a good profile but you have never achieved anything, then there is no point. Right. See, you find front end easy, but come over here. After that, you will know you were knowing nothing about front end. Okay. They don't care actually whether you are an engineering candidate or some other candidate. If you have the skills, then they will take it. Okay. Best interview ever I had. Okay. I was like, damn, she is the sheepdogs of India. Okay. Okay. My
Okay.
code was very bad before. Okay. I improvised the codes, and like around after 7 to 8 months of working, I was having a proper structure in which I work.
सो इंटर्नशिप्स का सीजन चल रहा है, इंटर्नशिप्स और प्लेसमेंट्स का, और हम सब कहीं ना कहीं अप्लाई कर रहे हैं किसी ना किसी कंपनीज में, और उसके लिए प्रिपरेशन भी कर रहे हैं। और उसमें आजकल सबसे ज़्यादा बूम जो हो रहा है स्टार्टअप्स में हो रहा है, और डेवलपमेंट इंटर्नशिप्स काफ़ी पॉपुलर चल रहे हैं। तो उसी रिलेटेड आज का हमारा डिस्कशन रहेगा। आज हमारे साथ हैं आशीष, जो कि एटलन नाम की एक कंपनी में फ्रंट एंड इंजीनियरिंग इंटर्नशिप कर रहे हैं, और उनके साथ हम बात करेंगे, और वो हमें ये भी बताएंगे कि एक सिमिलर प्रोटोकॉल से हम कैसे बड़े बड़े स्टार्टअप्स के इंटर्नशिप्स को क्रैक कर सकते हैं। सो लेट मी ऐड आशीष टू द स्ट्रीम।
Hello
हाय आशीष।
everyone. Hello. Hello Ankur.
हाय आशीष, हाउ आर यू?
Yeah, nice. Like working weekends, so yeah, enjoying the weekends.
ये चलो हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो बताओ कि एटलन के बारे में कुछ बताओ, एंड हाउ डिड यू गेट इनटू इट, हाउ डिड यू फाइंड इट?
Atlan is basically a data cataloging product in which like all the datas that are there in let's consider an organization has having like hundreds of datas, but it is being used by different teams. Let's consider I want to say that this particular data is for some particular purpose. Okay. At that time, like generally pre-processing happens, and we open the data, we look at the data, and we try to figure out, okay, what is this particular data is made for. Okay, and then we convey the message to the particular data team or the engineer, right? But
राइट।
this is a issue where the time taken is very high, and the accuracy, let's consider someone has worked on a data and he has left the company, then someone new has arrived to the company for working in that particular data. He or she will be having no idea, no clue, like what that particular data is meant for, right?
राइट।
So at that this issue is being solved by Atlan by creating a new layer over the data called metadata. Metadata is very important right now because right now the data amount is huge. Like in 2022, if you can see, each and every organization is working in data related stuffs. Business decisions are being taken using data, right? So we have to categorize those data, right? So Atlan is basically a data cataloging product. It is not only limited to data cataloging. It has many other stuffs like lineage, governance. These are like very top tier stuffs, like where the data is coming from, where it is going. All this mapping is done in a single place, and it makes the data team very feasible.
राइट।
The data team works are becoming like very easy. Even the analytic teams works are becoming easy. So GitHub is basically for engineers. We store the code, we push the new code, right?
राइट।
Then Figma is for the design team. Like they design, they work, like add new designs to it. Similarly, Atlan is for the data team. Our data team will be using all the data cataloging, and like they will know about the data from Atlan, right? This is what the
ओके।
vision is. Okay. And we are working hard to make this vision right now we are dealing with big clients, if I can name like Unilever, then all the like major clients that people generally see, like starting from Pixar to you know we work. All these
राइट।
companies are like using our product and they're enjoying it nicely.
Yeah, definitely. So you came. How did you come in contact with the Atlan engineer?
Yeah. So, like over LinkedIn, I generally talk with I don't ask for referrals at first or something.
Mm-hmm.
I just ask like what is the company doing, like what is the product they're working on, like all those stuffs. Like
Okay.
I came across this guy, he was the product manager, and I asked him like, okay, what is the product basically like doing? Then they explained me about the product. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I think I should apply in this company. Let's give it a shot. Okay. I was sure like, okay, I will not clear the rounds. I think in this manner that okay, I will not clear the rounds. Let's give a shot because I like the product. Okay. Like I have this type of approach. Like I first go look at the product, what they are trying to make, and after that I apply to the company. So I applied in Atlassian, I got rejected. I applied in Atlan, I got I got the test link. Okay.
Okay.
Then like that's how I like over LinkedIn only I came to know this engineer, and I got to know about the product.
Okay, so you texted him on LinkedIn, and what was the first message you sent? Because many students are confused how to approach a new person on LinkedIn.
Okay, okay. So generally, what I wrote was I have used your product once. Okay, when I
Mhm.
was working for a client named Pine Labs. Okay, before
Yeah.
at that time they were taking demos of this product. Okay,
Mm.
so I took the demo that time, and I loved the product. So I conveyed this message to him, like, okay, I have seen the demos, and I am still an undergraduate and I'm exploring different company products.
Mhm.
Could you like to tell me like what is the tech stack being used in this product, and like how much time you took to make this product, all those things. Like how
Okay.
is the engineering team divided? Is there any hierarchy in the organization? Okay, uh, what is the work pressure, all those things. Like
Mhm.
if you will just let them know, right, that you are applying to the company. Okay, they will help you out. They will help you out. So the person that I contacted was actually a ex intern in that company. Okay,
Oh, okay. Mm.
so like at that time he was an intern, but just when I joined, he had like his tenure was over. Okay, uh,
Okay.
so he mentioned me like it is a great organization. You can definitely go for it. Okay, the product is very nice, and you will get to deal with real life issues. Like in front end side, generally people don't see much of issues. Okay, they
Mhm.
people generally consider it to be easy. I also consider it to be easy. Then in the interview, okay, so this engineer is like, see, you find front end easy, but come over here. After that, you will know you were knowing nothing about front end. Okay, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
okay, let's like this actually brought a point where I was like, okay, let's see what is this. Let's give it a shot. Then I applied to
Yeah.
the company through career site, and
Mhm.
luckily the HR selected me for the challenge round. Okay,
Okay.
the right. So
So
yeah,
that's how you. Okay, let's discuss this application part and your entire selection process in detail, like right from step one. You applied on the careers website, right?
right,
And then what
right.
happened?
Okay. So in career website, they generally ask for the resume. Okay, and like this is the first organization I saw where they don't care actually whether you are an engineering candidate or some other candidate. If you have the skills, then they will take it. Okay. So
Okay.
the major part was there was a cover letter. Like there was a part where you have to write a message to the HR. Okay.
Mm.
So I wrote perfectly like what my experience is in different startups. Okay. Before moving to the application, I would like to tell like what I have done before. Okay, so that I can tell you like what I have written in the application.
Sure, sure, sure.
Before application, I was generally a freelancer. Okay. Freelancers are also two to three types. Okay. Generally, there are few freelancers who just work for randomly clients who give them like some amount and they make the product for them. Maybe some particular section of the product or maybe the whole section, the whole product, right? This is a kind of freelancer. I was another kind of freelancer who used to work in small startups, get the work experience as well as work in the company and like get the money for as a college student I need the money, right? So I was getting stipend from the startups and as well as I was doing the work from them for them. So that is how I was doing the freelancing works. Okay. I mentioned all these works in the startup, so in the application, and and I was sure like okay, after doing this much of work, I think they should select me, right? And they selected me for the application. Okay, just for the next procedure, in the round one. Okay, in the round one, like. I was given a task of making a editor, okay, a ID which is in browser, okay. I took the task like I started to work using React, okay.
Okay.
I thought of using some stuff like I could have made that particular product using basic React, but later on, I thought, okay, as the engineer that I had spoken had mentioned that it would be a tough job. So what I did was I used all the components of React that are production ready. Okay, like we generally use in production, like hooks, passing props. The structure was completely different. Like I made a store, I passed props from the store, I made a local store, then passed the props from the local store, then rendered the components. Generally, what we do in the college is we directly render the component. Okay, or
Right.
we directly render the JSX. But I didn't do that. What I did was I build different layers, like extracting the data and rendering it in the browser. There were 2 to 3 layers between them. Okay, so that's what impressed them, right? Okay, so I can
Okay.
work in layers. Okay, generally in production, when you are working in scalable products, right, you have to build stuffs with layers. Okay, without
Okay.
layers, there are many issues like server loading issue will be there. Okay, there will be use if you are not having a load balancer. Okay, then what will happen? There will be huge load in the server. Okay, multiple API calls will be there, unnecessary
Right.
API calls. So I the product that I made was avoiding all those steps. Okay, even though the product was looking very simple, but if a real engineer would see that product, he or she will understand. Okay, there are 2 to 3 layers in which we are working. Okay, and maybe this candidate is fit for our product because I had a brief idea like okay, Atlan is also aiming for that only. Okay, as front
Okay.
end side is tough, so maybe Atlan is trying to make the product so production ready that if someone is using the product, there should be zero user experience issues. Okay,
Right. Right.
so
Right.
the product that I made was having brilliant user experience. I made it in very short span of time. Okay, and finally like Dharmik was the HR. Dharmik
Okay.
called me and he was like okay, your product is excellent and our tech team liked it. We can move forward for the round two. Okay,
Okay.
so round one is basically very important. Okay, round one is very important. You have to make a convincing product, not just for yourself, not just good looking. Even though it is a front end internship, the product should be, even though the product is good looking, it doesn't matter. The code base should be, readable code should be there, and scalable code should be there, right?
Yeah.
So I was having those things in my code. Okay, and I gained all these skills from my previous experiences that I worked in startups. Okay, my
Okay.
code was very bad before. Okay, I improvised the codes, and like around after 7 to 8 months of working, I was having a proper. like structure in which I work. Okay.
Okay. So if I'm not wrong, you have had done at least, I guess, 4 internships before this.
Yes, yes. So when I was in my first year, okay,
Mm,
so I wasted a lot of time in doing stuffs that were not important. Okay, then I realized, okay, I have to do coding in my second year.
mm,
I started to do coding. I was doing basic JavaScripts, HTML, CSS stuffs. Okay,
mm,
there were two of my friends in IIT. Okay, I contacted them like, okay, bro, you see, I don't have any experience in coding. Could you help me out? It was like, okay, attend hackathons. You will lose at first. You will gain a lot of experience. Okay, I was like,
mm.
okay,
Right.
okay, cool. So at that time there were hackathons being done in Dev Post and Dev Folio. Okay, so I joined one hackathon. Like it was environment related hackathon. I understood nothing. Okay,
Okay.
I like wrote a few steps to that person who was conducting the hackathon, the person who
Mhm,
was managing it. He got frustrated. Like, why are you asking so many questions? Okay, then
okay.
suddenly what happened that we got like close. Like I was like, okay, I have no much idea about hackathons. Could you like let me know in the next hackathons that you are working on? Okay, at
Mm,
that time there was this Gurgaon based small company. There was this startup. Okay, which had collaboration with Honeywell, I guess. Okay, and
okay.
what I did was, I with this guy, okay, the person I met in the post, he just emailed forwarded the email like, okay, this company is like creating a hackathon. Would you
Mhm,
like to join? Okay, with your team. And my all this the two friends were having exam that time. They were
okay.
like, bro, we cannot join. I joined solo. Okay.
Mm,
Similar manner, I asked questions to the Honeywell guy also. Okay. So, and ultimately that guy helped me out in the technical part.
mm,
I kind of built a basic product which was running. And ironically, in that hackathon, like most of the teams, product
mm.
was not working. Okay. And my product was working. Okay. The UI was bad, the architecture was bad, but it was working. Okay. So he was like, okay, cool, fine, you are in top three of the hackathon. Cool.
Okay.
For you, if you want, you can have like, do you want to have a training in Honeywell? Okay, I was like,
Mhm.
cool. Like I don't have any coding experience. I just built this product and it's working. I don't know
What
much.
was
Like,
the stack? What was the stack of the product? Tech
yeah,
stack.
yeah. So JavaScript, only JavaScript. Okay, HTML, CSS,
Okay.
JavaScript. I'm saying that time.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Okay. Cool.
second year, first semester. Okay.
Okay.
Then in Honeywell, they introduced me with React. Okay.
Mhm,
So they were like, okay, JavaScript, introduced me with the React. I
mm,
worked with there was some control type of product. Okay, like it was having multiple stuffs, like let's consider I guess aviation related stuffs were controlled using that. I was not aware about the
okay.
terminologies, but it was basically we were building a microservice. Well, it was kind of a microservice in which
Mm,
we were having a backend in Java and we were having the front end in React. Okay.
mm,
So I took around 1 to 2 months to just understand React, and then 1 month to build the product. Okay, and I
okay.
made it like around 30 to 40%. Okay, and my internship
Mm,
was over. I was like, okay, can I get like next year in my third year? Can I get like that same
mhm,
training forward?
mhm.
They were like, okay, we will reach you out. Okay, I was knowing that. Okay, fine. I didn't do well in the internship.
Okay. So
Then
it was not paid, or it was
yeah,
a
yeah,
training.
it was paid, but stipend was very less. Like Honeywell offers around 15,000 to the main interns. I was a
Mhm,
trainee, so I was
mhm.
offered around 10,000. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So Honeywell won. Then using Honeywell's credibility, I was able to crack a few 2 to 3 startups. Among
Mm-hmm.
them, one of the good startup was Bangalore-based startup. They were paying good that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked for them over there. React I used. Okay, and I tried to make the product from like they were in the pre-seeding stage. I started to make the product. Then similarly, I worked in two other startups. Finally, in the Pine Labs. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
like the client was Pine Lab. Okay, then I landed at Atlan. Okay, I would
So how
suggest
were you how were you finding all this, like so much internships?
yeah. Like most of the time, it was because of the LinkedIn. Okay. And other times it was generally like if I worked on a company, okay, and if someone like close to that person is like needed some help,
Mm-hmm.
this guy generally refers me to that person. Okay, like this is what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like cross connections were being made. Right now, I have a huge cross connections. Okay, like
Okay.
when I'm working, like I have left two companies, but still sometimes they even call me like we have a issue not being solved, like urgent issue. If you have time, you can just contribute it. We like I make connections very nice, like you know. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, with the management with the developers the connection is very nice with me. Okay, every time like
Yeah.
at the early stage
Like,
try to maintain proper good connections, never have some grudges or something with anyone. Okay,
mm-hmm.
even though
Right.
they tell like you have to work at 2 a.m. or something. Okay, still try to maintain your anger and leave aside this because you are in the newer stage, like early stage of life,
Starting.
right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then I like brushed my skills in React. I started to work in Vue. Okay, similar manner I saw a huge scope in Vue. Okay, right now if we see like most of the students don't know what is Vue. Okay, like most of the students just do React and they are like who does Vue. Okay, I was like yeah, Vue is done by most of the startups right now. If you consider any startup in India, that is like
Yeah.
out of 10 startups there will be 5 startups who will be using Vue. Okay,
Oh, okay. That's an
and
interesting.
rest will be using React. That was the analysis that was done by me. Okay, there is no
Okay.
market analysis which is like I got to know that there is no backend being done in JavaScript. Okay, which I did in my second year using Node.js. Okay, I learned
Mhm.
backend, but that was of no use because backend is actually being done in Java. Okay, Java is the leading person in backend, at least in India. Okay, and
Are
Vue.
you sure?
Okay. And in India, the leading person in front end in the upcoming
Yeah.
years, okay, will be Vue for sure. Okay. React will is a library for everyone's like
Yeah.
knowledge. Okay.
Yes.
We can only build UI in React. Okay, there are plenty of stuffs except UI in the front end. Okay, there are
Mhm.
context APIs. There like composables. There are like routing is done in React in a very conventional manner. Okay, even routing is done like in Vue. It is done like only one page or something is done for a whole code base, right? That is so simple. Okay, Angular
Okay.
is so famous in USA. Vue has all the characteristics of Angular. Okay, so that is why
Okay.
I choose. Okay, I will just master Vue as well as React. Okay, I was
Okay.
having these two language like one library and one framework mastered. Okay,
Mhm.
right now I was in a proper position to contribute to any startup that is built.
Mm.
Okay, starting from Crunchbase, let's consider Crate. Then we have like other startups like Grow and like Atlassian, Atlan.
Mhm.
All these companies I was just applying like I have a tech stack,
Uh-huh.
I should contribute to these companies. Out of those
Right.
I got selected in like two companies. uh, Even Cast 24 I got selected, but I got rejected in round two. Okay. Um, in Atlan, I got qualified for all the three rounds. Like there were three rounds in the interview, and I
Mm.
converted all the like I got selected in all the three rounds, and finally got the job.
Okay, that was an amazing journey, and uh, we have to we covered round one. We have to still cover round two and three of Atlan, so we
Yeah.
will do that, right? So yeah, please, so tell me what was the duration of sending the application and receiving a reward, and that
Okay.
what time
So
did it take?
I had applied in uh, April. Okay.
Mhm.
I got revert back in May. Okay. At
2022,
that,
right?
yeah, 2022. In May, I was like purchasing some food for me. Okay. Uh, at that time, I got a message like, okay, you got selected for the first round in Atlan. Okay. Uh, I was in call with one of my friend. Okay. I just told her that okay, this is Atlan. Okay, I got selected for the first round. I'm not sure whether I should sit for it or not. Okay, so she was like, this is a startup, right? I was like, yeah. She was like, what is your point of view on that? So I am like, within my friends, I am the expert who like see who which company is good or which company is bad. Okay, so she was like, you know better than anyone else. Okay, you just research upon the company and tell. Okay, I went to home. I opened like all the like about the company part. I researched about the company like about the funding. Like product I knew. Okay, product and all stuffs I knew from beforehand.
Yeah,
But if I can be a employable person in this company, okay, that was the question that everyone gets. And
right.
I saw like fundings. They recently got a funding from Sequoia Capitals. Okay, and Sequoia Capital is one of the greatest investor in
Right.
India. Okay, like all the big startups that are made okay in India have the
Mhm.
investment of Sequoia Capital. Okay,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
in the second part they had the investment of Salesforce. Okay, I was like, okay,
Okay.
okay. So
Yeah.
this I don't think I have any doubt regarding the future of the company. Okay, as these investors have trusted this company. I think I should also trust this company, right?
Right.
So at that time I was like, okay, and after all these things, when I got to know about the co-founder Prokalpa, okay, and I read about her. I was like, damn, this she is the Steve Jobs of India. Okay, okay. So that was the point. I was quite convinced. Like at that point of time, I was like, okay, even though this is like this company is growing, it is growing really fast. Okay, like we if we will just get into this vastness like this graph, right, we'll be
Mm.
in that point where grade is there, where grow is there in like few years, like around 2 to 3 years, I guess. Okay,
Okay. So it's
so
going to be the one of the unicorns.
obviously like it is not about just unicorns, the clients that Atlan is having, right,
Mm.
those are also unicorns, right? Those are also
Okay.
unicorns. So like this community is trying to make Atlan big. Okay. So if this whole community, this whole investors, this whole clients is trying to trust this company, who am I to not trust this company? Okay. So
Definitely.
I was like, okay, let's do it. Okay, I gave my like before this in all the companies I prepared like around 3 to 4 hours for the interview at max. Okay, for
Mm.
this company I prepared for 3 to 4 days. Okay, I covered up all the React questions that were possible. I covered up all the Vue questions that were possible. I covered up each and every JavaScript related stuffs. Okay,
Mm.
from the stuffs I never used to the stuffs I always use in the better manner. Okay.
Mhm.
Everything I covered, then I went for the round two. Okay. In round two, he just asked me, like, explain your, like, the stuff that you made. Okay. And
Mm.
I open the code base. I reflect, like explained it everything from line to line. And why did I do it? Everything I explained it. And he was like, okay, you have answered kind of most of the questions that I was going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then he asked me few JavaScript related questions. Then he asked me few advanced React questions. Okay, which I was prepared for. Okay, and I answered them like so smoothly as if I'm using, like every day I'm doing React. Okay, so it was it like second round went very like in a butter manner. Okay,
Okay.
uh, he was very convinced. He
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay. I explained him, okay, I am completely a production ready guy. Okay, like who can write production level codes. Okay, that is the main thing which every company likes. Like every
Mm-hmm.
company needs persons who write production ready code. Okay, production
Okay.
ready code. I am using the word like generally. If you think about it, you cannot understand. Anyone cannot understand.
Mm-hmm.
But who has worked on it, like will definitely understand what it means. Actually, it is the same code in a different manner. Okay,
Mm-hmm. So it was
so
because of your experience from previous internships, right?
experience as well as those that round two where I actually prepared myself for facing the best questions. Right, he asked
Mm-hmm.
me some of the very good questions, like uh, if I can give an example, like
Yes.
how is a load balancer made, like,
Okay.
right? That is a question no one asks to a front end person right now, like at entry level. Okay, it is a
Mm-hmm.
HD2 or HD1 level question. Okay, I try to answer it in the manner. I try to make a roadmap, like how a load balancer can be. Okay, he then asked me how to make a connect, how to make a store. Okay, how to make a
Okay.
store and how to use that store to make the product. Okay, I answered it very nicely. Then
Mm-hmm.
the one of the easiest questions that he seemed to feel to be easy, but I felt was bit tricky, was that if you create a button, he said that he let's create a button which calls a API. Okay, I was like, okay. I was having a button, so I added a fetch call and added a open API. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, okay, if we click this button 100 times, then this API will be called 100 times, right? How to avoid it? Okay. At
Okay.
first, I was like, okay, um, this is something I never came across, but I answered it in the user experience manner. I was like, okay, after one click, we will just disable the button. Okay.
Right. The first
He was
thing.
like, yeah, that is a solution, but that is a user experience related solution. Tell me a solution in what you will do in the code. Okay, that is the something you do in the UI. Okay, so I was like, I thought about it a lot. Then I was like, okay, we will not call this API from this button. Okay, what we
Mm-hmm.
will do is we will generally call this API once when this page is loaded. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we will store this API data in a local API. Okay, and we will call
Local
the
API.
API that we will call right in the button will be to the from the local API. Okay, he was like,
Okay.
cool. So you know stuffs. Okay, fine. So like at that point of time, around 45 minutes was over. Okay, he
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, I want to talk more about with you about all these stuffs, all these issues. Let's connect in the next round. Okay.
Okay.
After, so this was the whole round two. Okay, I had to show him like fetching and all those stuffs, and
Mm-hmm.
few like real life issues were there, which I have to like solve them and let him know like how I will be solving those stuffs. Okay,
Okay.
that was how round two was there.
So let me just give a summary of round one
but
and round
but
two.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
this has a condition. He was
Mm.
convinced that I am very very much confident in my fundamentals. That is very important. That is why he didn't ask me fundamental question at first. He directly
Mm.
started to ask me with good questions. But if you are not strong at fundamental, then these good questions will never come to you only. Okay,
Okay.
that is the
Yeah.
thing. Like
That is.
I feel everyone
Yes,
should
definitely.
focus on the fundamentals.
Hmm, that's correct. So, okay, let me just give a summary. So, first you submitted the application, then you got a task.
Yes,
You are considering the task as the round one, right?
yes.
Yeah. So the round one is the task, and after that, how much time did you take to submit the assignment
I
of
took
round
four
one?
days.
Four
I was
days.
given 7 days. I took 4 days to complete the
Okay,
task.
that's great. And then after about a month, I guess you
Uh,
get got the information for round two.
no, no. After application, there was 1 month gap. After round
Okay.
one, there was
Hmm.
like around 10 days gap. 10 days gap. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For
And
round two.
okay, then after round two, when was round three?
Round three was like round two was done in Friday. Round three was in Monday. Like around 4 days
Okay.
gap. Okay.
Okay. So
So
yeah, what happened in round three? Yeah.
round four was the most interesting round out of all the rounds. Okay. I was having the discussion with Barun. Okay. Who is the
Round three, right?
co-founder of, sorry?
Round three, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Round three.
In
Yeah.
round three, like before
Yeah.
round three, like Novel, who is the like who took my round two, he
Hmm.
said me that okay, your round three is gonna be non-technical round. Okay, I was like okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it will be HR round or something. Okay,
Mhm.
but later on I realized I will be having the interview with the co-founder. Okay, who himself is an
Okay.
engineer, who himself contributes to the code many times. Okay, I was like, okay, this is a non-technical technical round. Okay. So
Interesting
I
term.
realized that just the day before of the interview. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Varun's interview was like best interview ever I had. Okay.
Okay.
I had finance related questions. I had business related questions. I had
Mm-hmm.
engineering related questions. I had to think about case studies. Okay. And I had to
Right.
think what I am thinking myself as a Atlan person. Okay, so
Okay.
that round I got to know about myself. I got to know about myself few steps like in that round. Okay, like
Mm-hmm.
so what I did was for round three I read about Barun beforehand what his
Mm-hmm.
life was, and his life was very inspiring. Okay, his life is like like I can if I can just tell if we have time like I can just tell his story right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay, you can give a summary or like.
okay. So this company he made, okay, he has spent around like null money of himself. Okay,
Okay.
everything he has spent for this
Mm.
company is achieved through hackathons. Okay, he is from Nanyang Technical University, which is considered one of the topmost universities in the world. Okay, he didn't go for the placement, and he made
Mm.
this company successful. Like, like after knowing about Barun, and after knowing about the investors, clients, as well as the community, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, what is this company? Okay, this is kind of dream company of each and every person that is working in it. Okay,
Yeah.
starting from the co-founders, they have left the they have left the job, and they made this company successful. This product is being used in the prime minister's office. How what else is required as a credibility? Okay,
Oh, wow.
so I was like, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I told him everything. Okay, I read about the company, I read about him, what
Mm.
I am thinking to do in Atlan, how like if someone has worked like someone has filled application for GSOC, right? He must be
Mm.
knowing like we have to make a proposal beforehand, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That round was basically my proposal round. Okay, like
Oh,
what
okay.
I was going to do. If that round was would not have been successful, maybe
Mm.
I would not have cleared complete. Like round one and round two would have been wasted. Okay.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
I completely reflected. I completely told him like what I am going to do, what I have thought of doing. Okay. and what I know about Atlan and what I know about you guys, what your vision is. Okay, all those things I like told him.
Yeah.
There was one issue, like I am a college student, like I cannot work side by side with the college. I conveyed him that okay, I am a person who does everything side by side of college. Okay, so there is no issue in that. Okay, so finally he had a confidence in me that okay, I can do stuffs. Okay, as I have worked on like some of the good clients, and as I know that what Atlan is trying to do. Okay. I was kind of an employee beforehand because I tried to research upon the company, right? He was in that state of mind. Okay. So
Right.
yeah, the evening I got the call from the HR that yeah, there is a green flag from Barun. Okay. I think you are in. Okay.
Okay. The same
Now,
day, the same evening.
yeah, same day, same day, same day.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
right now it's been around 1 month. It's 1 month, okay, in
Mm-hmm.
Atlan. Honestly speaking, all those things that Barun mentioned in the interview are
Yeah.
clearly reflected in the company. Clearly, like the culture, the motivations, the way of working, and how I used to work. Everyone is working in the similar manner. Okay, they're very fast. They're very like they want to make it good, like they're dealing with this product as if it is a like personal product. Like everyone, every engineer in this company is so like this startup should grow, this startup
Mm-hmm.
has a huge future. Like everyone is clear that we have a very bright future, everyone is clear about it. No one is even having a single doubt in our company, which is who is saying that okay, I should switch the company or something. Such a great like
Okay.
uh, like work culture they have maintained over here. I got flexible timings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I generally work till late night, 3 a.m. Okay, and without effort. Like I complete this stuffs, I learn
Mm-hmm.
new things. Okay, every day I get to know new stuffs. Okay, so yeah, I can imagine like if
Mm-hmm.
next 2 to 3 years I will be working in this company. Okay, maybe I will become one of the like best
Mm-hmm.
front end developers I can imagine of myself, at least as of now.
So it's like your dream company, right?
It's like my dream culture. Okay, the
Okay.
culture is the dream culture. Like you
Mm-hmm.
know, the culture defines a company, right? And this
Right.
culture is one of the best culture. Like I have heard from my friends who are in Microsoft, right? Microsoft culture is very nice. Okay.
Mm.
Uh, and when I told him about my company culture, he was like, "Dude, this is like best. This is best. Who can imagine better than that?" Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
So for
So,
one notice, I
yeah.
can tell there are few employees in our company, okay, who didn't do MBA, okay, but as an engineer, they are doing engineering work as well as contributing to the business side without any issues from the business department, because skills matter here more than
Right.
the credibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah,
That's so amazing to hear that. And are you allowed to disclose your stipend? What stipend are you?
yeah, like I think I can disclose because it is available. I'm not sure like I'm allowed or not, but still I think I can say it as my college juniors. Like other companies are disclosing it, so I think I can say it.
Yeah.
Like uh, like as an intern, I am
Yeah.
being paid
Please.
around 50,000 per month with allowances. Okay.
Okay.
In as an
Okay.
intern, you have all the allowances that a permanent employee will have. Okay. Traveling expenses are completely reimbursed. Okay, and there are a few other things I think I cannot reveal. I don't know. I'm sure whether I can reveal or not.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Okay. No issues. But yeah, that's
So yeah,
great.
it is
And
a good company. You can get industry like the best stipend in the industry, right? one of the best. Like I don't know if you compare it with Qualcomm
Yeah,
or
and more important, culture you spoke about, that was amazing.
yeah.
That
Sorry,
was
sorry,
great to
I
hear.
didn't get you.
And yeah, yeah,
I
I
didn't
was
get
just
you.
saying, yeah, the more, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, 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 Ankur.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, apart from the stipend, the most important part is the culture you are working in and you are enjoying it.
Culture is best,
That's,
best culture,
yeah, yeah,
right?
definitely.
Till now, like for me, it is best. Okay,
Mm.
uh, I can expect that anyone who will be working will feel the same also. Like I have dealt with
Okay.
person who have worked in many companies, like starting from Oyo,
Mm,
starting from Amazon, starting from like
mm,
Bloomberg. Okay, I have seen all the company cultures, even though not directly but indirectly, yes. Okay, so yeah, for me this is
right.
the best culture I can imagine of.
So the next question I'm going to ask is very important. You are into a development internship,
Right,
and students are concerned about DSA. With
right.
DSA, like with development, do you require DSA? So where you ask DSA questions, any DSA question.
Okay. See, DSA generally, the other companies which I have given DSA rounds. Okay. If we can generally see,
Mm-hmm.
we do graphs, we do binary trees, we do linked list, all those things we do. Okay. But maximum times in the interview, the questions is like limited to dynamic programming or stacks or some string manipulations. Okay, or some
Mm-hmm.
algorithms which like common algorithms. Based on those, most of the interviews are there on the mid-level companies, right? Not considering the high-level companies like Directly or you know
Yeah.
like Goldman Sachs, all those things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for me, over here, the questions were high level in development. There was no DSA around. Okay. So, anyone who is not doing DSA, okay, and very much good in development, like has done GSOCs and contributed in open source, has a good understanding of developments, right? He or she can definitely qualify for this job. Okay, there is no requirement for DSA for this. Okay,
Okay.
at least in few other companies which I know, like good companies, there is no requirement for DSA. Okay, but I will come to the DSA part, like whether it is important or not. For this particular companies, this it is not required. Uh, Only for front end side. Okay,
Okay. Only for
only
front
for
end
front
side.
end. For
Mm-hmm.
backend or other any job, okay, let's consider you are applying for a backend engineer. You
Mm-hmm.
definitely need the DSA round, definitely need, because that is what you will be dealing with, right?
Right.
So yeah, commonly most of the times in Amazon, in companies, like DSA round is conducted, but
Mm-hmm.
that is solely for the testing as well as backend department. Okay, QA as well as backend department. Okay, and in QA also it is only related to the automated testings, not like manual testings. You don't need anything for manual testings, like anyone can
Mm-hmm.
do. Okay, so, so yeah, DSA is important. If you are not sure you want to front end or back end, you just want to do entry level job, and inside the company you want to take the trainings, and then you want to have the particular position to your side, right? For
Mm-hmm.
that, DSA is definitely required. Okay, because
Right.
they don't have any other criteria to judge you, right? They only
Right.
have DSA. But in my case, I was completely sure that okay, I will be working in the front end, and front end needs no DSA, like very less
Yes,
DSA.
yes,
Okay,
yes, that's correct. Mm-hmm.
so yeah, DSA was not one of my rounds. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, development was one of toughest rounds if you can imagine. Okay,
Yeah,
uh,
so like if you don't want to do DSA, then you have to be very, very good at
dev,
development, right?
right,
Yeah.
right. In DSA, also. if you want to do DSA and crack good companies, then you have to not be like top coders in India, but yeah, above average you have to. Like on the basis of rating, if I say, like most, there are many people who don't do code forces, right? But they are very excellent DSA coders. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but in if you are doing code forces, then if you are
Right.
having 1400, 1500 plus rating, okay, then I
Right.
think you can compete with the persons who are having ratings of 1800, 1900, and you can qualify for the companies. Like Amazon is having like around 20 to 30 hirings at a time. So let's consider 1800 guy takes the rank one, or 2200 guy takes the rank one. You can be the just qualified guy for the Amazon. It doesn't matter whether you are just qualified or the rank one guy. You are qualified, bro, for the Amazon. What else you need, right?
So based on that, I would ask: is it necessary to have a coding profile?
No, no. So basically, what everyone is misconcept, like there is a concept of coding profile, okay, where generally recruiter opens your profile and see whether what sort of like level you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
But generally this is not the criteria. If any interviewer is following this particular criteria, then that means you know it is a off campus in which the even the resume part, many have applied, okay, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people have applied. You don't have a good portfolio, you don't have good projects, you have nothing of that sort. Then at last point, the person who is accepting the resume, he should have a criteria on the basis of shortlisting, right? At
Mm-hmm.
that time the coding profile is seen, but during the resume shortlisting, most of the time it is the achievements. Like let's consider you have won a Google Kickstart or Google has code or something like that, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That is the first priority. Second priority is the experience, if you have worked on a good company before. Third priority is the project, okay. Fourth priority, generally what I see in the off campus, is the GPA, okay. Fourth
Okay.
priority. Then
Mm-hmm.
comes the coding profiles. Coding profile doesn't signify anything. It is just you have a good profile, like, yeah.
Yeah, 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 right. That
But
answers.
you have a good profile, but you have never achieved anything. Then there is no point, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, got it. So currently you don't do DSA as of now.
I do DSA. I do DSA. So yeah, in my part, I have on-campus interviews coming forward in
Okay,
future.
after Atlan also you want to set into on campus.
Yeah, so like Atlan, I'm not sure. Like I think Atlan will offer me around 10 plus LPA CTC, 10 to
Mm.
20 LPA. Okay, but in our college, there are companies who comes like browser stack, like
Yeah.
and other companies like some lab, okay, Morphe lab, and there are other few companies who actually take for SD roles, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I will see it for them also. Like obviously, like they are also good companies, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
For
It
that, I
should.
need the DSA, and I'm improving myself in DSA right now. Okay.
So whatever
Development
happens,
part I'm
you have
doing
to
in the weekends.
get.
I'm doing DSA.
Yeah, yeah. Please say continue.
Yeah. So in weekend only, I'm doing DSA right now. Uh,
Okay.
not
Where are
getting
you
much
practicing?
late code.
Lead code.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Most of the times, like late code only.
Okay. And
Code
so
bosses and all those steps are actually for first year, second year guys who are like going to, you know, learn CP, do competitive codings. Those are excellent fields, right? Those are excellent fields. Like you will get exposure to brilliant talents. Okay.
yeah,
But only the thing is that you have to give time to it, right?
yes, it
And I
needs.
was so much into development that I was like, okay, I'm dealing with the brilliant guys over here. I will deal with them later. Okay. I will deal the brilliant guys in
That's right.
DSL later.
So with this, I guess we are moving to the end of this session. Any tips you would like to give the juniors and your peers as well?
Yeah. Yeah. So, uh, see, guys, GPA is very important. Okay. For on campus. GPA you should maintain at least 7.5 plus every time. Okay.
Mm,
And the second thing, choose something and do it. Okay, from the start. Like never procrastinate. Like we will do this, we will do that. Most of the time, like most of the juniors that I deal with generally do this. Like whether we should do DSA, we should do DF. Anything you do, you want to have a, ultimately you have to become a software engineer, right? So like what you will do is you will do DSA, you will crack companies and you will get a software engineer job. You will do
mm,
dev, you will crack GSOC, you will get into the companies which are very good in dev, and you will be like from the start only you will be earning a good amount, right? So
mm,
you, whatever you want you can do. Like DSA is as much as important as much as dev. Okay, in India the open source is building right now. Okay,
mm.
like honestly speaking, at first year I was not knowing what is open source. Then later on from my seniors they said that okay, open source is of no use in India. Then when I am now a senior, when I am interviewing with other companies, okay, open source is actually a criteria that is being used to judge right now. Like
Okay.
many companies are there who are actually seeing open source as a resource, right? To see
Mm,
what you know. Okay, contribute to open source. If you want to
mm,
become good in dev, you can, you have a lot of time actually. Juniors, you have a lot of time. You can do
mm,
dev as well as DSA side by side, honestly speaking. Okay,
mm,
like if you spend around if you do around 3 questions each day in DSA,
mm,
full 365 days, I
mm,
don't think, I don't think you will be a weak candidate in DSA, because you just need to be above average. You don't need to be excel. Like I said,
mm.
na, you have to be above average to crack Amazon. There's no need to be becoming like top coder, right? Like
Yes.
Amazon has around thousands of people every year. Like everyone is not, everyone cannot be a top coder, right? Then that
Right.
top coder term will be like of no point, right? So yeah, you have to be a good coder. You have to focus in building good DSA level. Okay, try to maintain like
Mm,
have a practice of each and every data structures and algos around in a cycle of 3 to 4 months. Okay, you will
mhm.
definitely crack good companies. Side by side, do dev in a proper manner. Okay, right now the level of dev that students are doing is have actually
Mm,
decremented. Like I myself take
right.
interviews 2 to 3 times. Okay, I have taken. I've asked questions, simple questions like fetching a API, or you know, do a JSON call, or what is JSON. Like this type of questions also they are not aware. Like they know MongoDB, but they don't know what is serverless products. Like I was like,
Okay.
how did you go to? Why did you go to MongoDB? If you have a, if you can make a serverless application, right? Like
Mhm.
you don't need a server to make an application. First make that, then go for a server, right? People generally don't do that. They directly go for mun stack or min stack, and
Yes.
the coding. That is not the way you do. Okay, don't go behind YouTubers. Try to make
Mhm.
your own roadmap, either in DSA, either in dev. Okay, or both. All these three routes have jobs. You can land to a
Okay.
job, right?
Yeah, that was a great tip, and yeah, I will I would like to thank you that you gave your time and
Yeah.
showed a well-defined path for your peers as well as juniors.
Yeah, the juniors I have spoken a lot. Like juniors are not understanding me. Okay, either they are confused or they are not trusting what I'm saying. So yeah, uh, but later on they will realize that also, and maybe they will realize much more than what I, because what seniors suggested me
Mm.
was like 20 to 30% what I analyzed. Okay,
Okay. Yeah,
a lot
actually,
of the,
there is so much content on the internet that students are getting confused.
yes, yes.
So
Don't wait for starting. Like start, right? Just
yeah,
start. Either in Java, either in JavaScript, either in Ruby or Go or C++. Just
Right.
start. You will go somewhere. You will go, right?
That will go into the promo of the video, the trailer of the video. Yeah, that was a great point. So yeah, let's move to the end of this video. So I would
Cool, cool.
just thank you. Thanks a lot, Ashish, that you joined me for this session.
Thank you,
And
thank you, thank you, Ankur.
I would request the viewers, just like every other YouTuber does, like the video, comment on the video, share it with your friends.
Guys, this YouTube channel is very helpful for you. Okay, in future we will be bringing like you know like professionals from the industries. Okay, you will get to learn a lot. So I think you should get touch with Ankur once, like for like it will be help for you only, right?
Thank you so much, Ashish, for saying these words. Okay,
Thank you,
so
Ankur.
thank you everyone. Do hit the subscribe button because that will keep me motivated. And yeah, so see you in the next video. A lot of great content is coming ahead, and you will be getting a lot of things to watch.
Right,
Thank
right.
you. Bye bye.
Cool. Bye, bye, guys. Bye, bye.
It's caught in the crossfire.